Welcome guys! In this list, you'll find some seriously deeply satisfying games that you can easily sink 100 plus hours into. When picking games for this list, I focused on ones that are deeply satisfying. And yes, automation had to be part of it. Because let's be real, we're not here to repeat the same task over and over. We want to build systems, watch them work, and feel that sweet sense of progress. Sometimes it's not even about what you build. It could be what you clean or what you organize. But that feeling, that look what I did moment, that's what we're chasing. So let's jump into the list. Alright, picture this. You roll up to a dusty desert motel. Rooms are trashed, furniture's broken, and the vibe is straight up abandoned. That's Sunset Motel. You start off in pure survival mode, scrubbing toilets, mopping floors, unclogging showers, even lugging suitcases just to get the doors open. But here's where it gets juicy. You're not stuck in the grind. As you fix up 2 of the 10 rooms, earn cash, and level up, the game unlocks staff, automation, and systems for you to build. Soon you're hiring housekeepers, bellhops, and cooks, and setting up self-service kiosks, vending machines, and cleaning bots to run the place. The real satisfaction? That transformation from manual labor to a humming resort of your own design. In a few hours, you go from scrubbing stubborn stains to designing cozy cabins, neon-lit pool areas, saunas, caravans, even a car wash. Every upgrade is a clear before and after moment, like video game dopamine. It's a chill 7 to 8 hour playthrough with no harsh grind or missed content, and it's beginner friendly. It holds your hand just enough, then lets you craft your own flow. Reviews are glowing, Steam shows mostly positive. 80% plus overall and 90% plus recent. The Prologue demo, a free taste that over 730 players rated very positive, 93%. Fans call it a gem. Great for brain rot and worth every penny. And dev support is on point. Hotfixes earlier this May cleaned up bugs, added AI voice toggles, fixed achievements, and dropped the Caravan update, bringing custom trailers, remote grocery orders, and even auto staff repairs.
So this is Blueberry.
That's a fresh corpse. They've been lying here for a few hours. Help me clean it up.
You roll into a dusty, abandoned Wild West saloon, and it's all broken bar stools, empty shelves, and silence. That's Saloon Simulator. At first, it's pure elbow grease, mopping floors, repairing fixtures, learning to mix drinks, cooking up simple bar snacks. You're basically the sheriff of restoration, bringing life back one task at a time.
I was expecting the saloon to be abandoned, not devastated.
This damn place needs a firm hand.
As you level up, the real magic starts. Automation and management. You hire bartenders, cooks, and janitors so you can step back and build. Soon you're customizing every inch of the place, choosing furniture, neon signs, rugs, even setting up gambling pits, hotel rooms, or throwing bar fights when patrons get rowdy. The game isn't all dusty floors and empty chairs. It's got heart and story. You'll meet NPCs, take on quests, panning for gold, unloading trains, caring for mules, and even get pulled into small-town drama and occasional crime scenes. You're not just building a saloon, you're shaping a community in a live, reactive world.
I'm just trying to run my business.
That's what I mean. I'll be damned, it's good.
Next time, the drink will be perfect.
What makes it deeply satisfying? It's the shift from doing it all yourself to orchestrating a lively hub. You go from scrubbing and stirring to sipping and watching as your staff runs the show. It's like watching a ghost town turn into a buzzing frontier hotspot. And Steam stats back it up. The free Prologue demo dropped on June 5th, 2024. Trends very positive, 86% overall. The upcoming early access version brings new furniture, story cutscenes, quests, lemonade recipes. Yes, lemonade, better animations, and loads more polish. So yeah, Saloon Simulator nails that cozy manager to automation orgy transition, framed in a Western story that's equal parts charming and immersive. Can't wait to see what you build here. start off as a small-time drug dealer in a gritty, fictional city called Highland Point. That's Schedule Y, and yeah, it sounds edgy, but it's so much more. You're crafting, manufacturing, distributing your product, and scaling your operation from the ground up. At first, it's messy. You're mixing batches manually, running deliveries by foot, skateboard, or car, and dealing with sketchy street-level stuff. But soon, you're automating the whole chain. You hire botanists to grow, mixers to process, packagers, handlers, janitors, you name it, and you set up your own production lines and delivery routes. And yeah, you're scouting suppliers and buying new properties to expand your empire. That feeling when you see your first fully run weed bungalow or a warehouse with multiple MK2 mixers churning out bricks of product without needing you to micromanage. That's why it's so satisfying. Players on Steam say setting up these automated farms feels like, quote, spick and span, with janitors even keeping things spotless. And it's not all assembly line calm. Law enforcement zones, cartel rivalries, and midnight busts force you to balance risk and reward. Sometimes it's stealthy, sometimes it's a mini gunfight. Plus there's co-op for up to 4 players, so you and your friends can divvy up roles. Grower, dealer, driver, muscle, and grind together. Steam players are blown away. Overwhelmingly positive reviews, nearly 98% overall and 97% recently from over 190,000 players. And it's not just hype, it topped Steam charts and even briefly beat GTA 5 and Monster Hunter Wilds in player count after launch. So yeah, Schedule I nails that loop of manual grind, full automation, empire maintenance, all wrapped in a wild, darkly comedic thriller vibe. Alright, imagine being dropped into a rundown beachtown town called Pinnacove with a toolbox in hand and zero expectations. That's House Flipper 2. You start small, scrape peeling wallpaper, haul garbage, clean grimy floors, fix broken fixtures, even repaint walls and change. But don't get too comfy with the mop, because HF2 is all about progression and precision. The toolkit's been overhauled. You get a universal flipper tool for copying styles, duplicating items, and blending designs, plus brand new build options like wall, lintel, and roof tools, so you're not just flipping, you're constructing. The key satisfaction moment? It's when you craft a full renovation pipeline in sandbox mode or during story jobs, knocking down walls, rebuilding rooms, styling interiors, then snapping those before and after shots. Every action is met with instant feedback. Slap on fresh paint, place new furniture, lay floorboards, and watch a wreck transform into a dream home. Plus, there's legit co-op. Hop in with 2 to 4 friends and divide tasks. One paints, one builds, one styles. And each flip becomes a multiplayer masterpiece. Community reviews say the tools feel tighter, cleaning is smoother, and the graphics are crisp, giving it a fresh yet familiar vibe. True, it isn't flawless. Performance hiccups popped up early on consoles and the story mode's a bit light, but recent updates have ironed out bugs and added fun DLC modes. Think Scooby-Doo Haunted House flipping in October 2025. In short, House Flipper 2 nails that blend of hands-on dirty work and satisfying build-up. Whether in story mode or sandbox, solo or co-op, you're never far from that sweet, yeah, I did that glow. Think of Satisfactory as Factorio, but in first person on a beautiful alien world, and way deeper when it comes to exploration and scale. You start with a basic toolkit, a utility knife, mineral scanner, and a hug from Fix-It Inc. Your mission: build ever smarter factories and power grids, mine raw resources, refine them, and feed the space elevator until it sings. the early hours, you'll hand-run miners, handcraft conveyor belts, and haul materials yourself. But as you hit higher milestones, you unlock conveyor belts, pipelines, drone trucks, hypertubes, and trains, so you can literally automate your entire industrial empire. The transformation is glorious. Tangled resources become sleek production lines humming with efficiency. The 1.1 update, released June 10th, 2025, takes it even further. Controller support? Check. Built-in photo mode overhaul so you can flex your factory. Conveyor wall holes, priority mergers, throughput monitors, giving you fine control over your logistics. Railways got upgraded with buffer stops, left-hand signals, and vertical build options like a personnel elevator and hypertube junctions. Plus, tons of QOL fixes, new architectural pieces, crash site cleanup, improved audio visuals, and modding enhancements. Why it's pure satisfaction. It's that loop of early manual grind, layered factory complexity, full automation dominance. Watching your creations scale, hum, and power themselves is like engineering euphoria. Plus, the world is gorgeous, the creatures add stakes, and co-op lets you build with friends. Steam and critics agree. Reviews call it some of the most satisfying automation ever experienced in games.
Coming to you live above the streets of Buckingham, where a phreatic eruption from a long-presumed dormant volcano threatens this usually serene neighborhood. The question everyone's asking right now is, who's going to clean up this mess?
Alright, this one is all about calming chaos and zen-like automation. But for dirt, you arrive in the fictional town of Muckingham as the founder of your own power washing business. At first, it's simple. You wield your washer, pick your nozzle, and start blasting away grime from houses, skate parks, statues, even subway trains. The core loop: clean, earn money, upgrade, unlock fancier washers, soaps, longer nozzles, and bring order to bigger messes. There's a progress bar and dirt highlighter so you never miss a spot. And when you finish, you get a sped up montage showing glorious before and after shots. Cue the dopamine hit. But here's why it's so satisfying. It's basically a chill meditation in game form. As one Reddit user put it, it took around 20 minutes for me to decide. There's something very satisfying about the sound of the water, the ding, every time an object was fully clean. It was all so good. That review mentions they've clocked 130 hours and still come back for that clean high. Plus, community-driven improvements, like an aim mode to reduce nausea, show how well the devs listen. There's more than career mode, challenge modes, co-op for up to 6 players, and free DLC packs featuring everything from Back to the Future to Warhammer 40k and Wallace and Gromit. Critics and players both chime in. Metacritic says it's generally favorable, and PC Gamer, The Verge, and Geeks Under Grace all mention the meditative stress relief effect of blasting dirt away. In short, if you need a break from grinding loot or running factories, PowerWash Simulator gives you a simple, soothing loop. Spray scrub, watch shine, repeat. It's oddly addictive, surprisingly deep in upgrades, and a perfect chill-out simulator. Strap in. This one's for the heavy equipment nerds. RoadCraft drops you into wrecked landscapes after disasters, with one goal: rebuild everything. Roads? Check. Bridges? Yup. Infrastructure? You name it. You're the brain behind the machines, and it feels awesome. You kick things off manually, clear debris with a bulldozer, plot sand routes, lay asphalt, then smooth it with steamrollers. Every twist and turn is yours to tame. But the real magic? The automation hookup. You can plot convoy routes and have trucks haul materials, sand, or asphalt on repeat, all without you riding shotgun. This AI-driven logistics setup gives you full control, and the payoff is seriously addictive. That said, it's not perfect. Sometimes missions force AI road builds that clash with your own. One Steam user called it the most frustrating mechanic because your manual work might just get or built over or erased, which feels like a slap from the system. Still, fans are rallying for more robust route planning in future patches. The drumbeat behind the scenes? First-gen engine by Saber Interactive with granular physics, sand, debris, asphalt, all feel real. You've got 40+ vehicles, 8 crash site maps, and full co-op for up to 4 players. Whether you're flattening terrain or directing a convoy, that sense of building from the ground up never gets old. In short, RoadCraft nails that satisfying loop of manual grit, smart automation, smooth infrastructure. It's chunky, powerful, and perfect if you've ever wanted to say, I built this road, watch it run. Co-op just makes it sweeter. Alright, imagine starting at the bottom of the used car world. Little Sam's old, disorganized lot is now yours. That's Car Dealer Simulator. You begin by hunting for bargain vehicles at auctions, towing them to your lot, and manually diagnosing issues, replacing brake pads, changing oil, tuning engines, fixing dents, and giving them a proper detail. As you get cash flow rolling, you hire your first mechanics and detailers, letting you shift from elbow grease to business game. From here, the satisfying chain kicks in. You refurbish cars, photograph them for ads, negotiate offers with buyers, and watch your reputation and profits grow. The real payoff? That transformation from garage grind to manager mindset. You build custom repair bays, expand your lot, hire more staff, optimize workflows, and even upgrade tools and office space. Seeing your dealership go from dusty to polished is pure dopamine, and the community is on board. Steam reviews are very positive and 82% across nearly 1,900 players, and devs are constantly patching in better vehicle physics, sounds, negotiation tools, and quality of life tweaks. In short, Car Dealer Simulator hits that satisfying sweet spot. Collect old cars, fix them up, automate parts of your business, and finally step back to watch the profits and your pride roll in. The grunt fades, the business blooms, and you get to say, I built this.
Haha.
Let me paint the picture. You've inherited your grandfather's rundown ranch in a massive open world. At first it's just you, a few tools, and acres of responsibility. You're cutting trees, sawing planks, building pens, milking cows, gathering crops, filling water troughs, hunting wildlife, and trying to turn a profit as you restore the old homestead. That manual grind is surprisingly satisfying. The physics feel weighty, tools are responsive, and hauling supplies through your UTV and occasionally rolling it gives every delivery a lived in. The game supports up to 4-player co-op, and most players say it's way more fun when you split off tasks, like one person building barns while another hunts or chops wood. But here's the catch. Automation is minimal. You get automatic feeding and watering setups early. Sweet KOL wins, but most heavy lifting stays manual. Fans on Steam are asking for hired AI helpers to do log cutting, milking, slaughtering, or cheese production. So if you're looking for full conveyor style automation, this one leans more old school. Still, for pure building and customizing, it delivers. You can landscape structures anywhere, customize your character, design homesteads, create crop fields, raise cattle, pigs, chickens, and breed horses. Hunting wild game adds a survival edge, and the in-game economy lets you sell eggs, meat, milk, and eventually expand into sausages or cheese. Steam reviews are very positive overall, 80% from 30,000 plus users, though recent sentiment dropped to mostly positive with 72%, especially after release of new paid DLC, which sparked mixed reactions. On average, players log around 22 hours in-game, and Reddit users say it's chill and relaxing, though better in multiplayer than Solo Ranch Simulator nails that hands-on vibe. Saw this, milk that, fix this, wrapped in cozy ranch life. It's less about slick automation and more about elbow grease, creativity, and ambience. If you're into building from scratch and crafting your own rural paradise, especially with friends, it's a solid pick. But if automation is your main dopamine hit, know you'll be doing most tasks yourself. Okay, this one's the dream for anyone who's ever wanted to tinker under the hood without risking real hardware. You start in Uncle Tim's burned down UK workshop tackling simple jobs like virus scans, RAM upgrades, or dusty cable swaps. Career mode unfolds over 30 plus hours of client requests. And if that's not enough, free build mode gives you a sandbox of over 1,200 licensed real-world components to craft your dream rig. Early on, every screw, cable, and thermal paste smear is pure hands-on satisfaction. But the sequel doubles down on depth. You can now install custom water blocks, not just on CPUs and GPUs, but on RAM and motherboards. There's a full case modding bench, spray paint frames, add stickers, decorate your workshop, swap out fans, even bend cables like an aesthetic genius. Performance tooling got a glow up too. Need to benchmark? Built-in apps like 3D Mark, Cinebench, Power Monitor, thermal cams, fan control. No need to quit or restart systems. This is not just clicking parts, it's building with purpose and precision. Community-wise, people praise the visuals, sounds, and that cathartic vibe of plugging cables and screwing PCBs. Reviewers say it's educational, relaxing, and polished. Sure, some menus could use work and it runs better on solid PCs, but the accuracy and attention to detail earn it an 85 out of 100 Metacritic score. Reddit users say updates, like early 2025, adding Intel Ultra and Ryzen 9000 CPUs, new GPUs, water cooling, controller support, and photo mode, keep the build meta fresh. And yes, you still need frequent saves thanks to occasional bugs. PC Building Simulator 2 is the ultimate craft tech playground. It nails the transition from manual tinkering to deep customization, with advanced cooling, benchmarks, and artistic workshop design. If you love PCs, it's therapy, education, and creative freedom all in one. And that's a wrap on the 10 most satisfying building and crafting automation games you can dive into right now. From flipping motels and saloons to automating factories and even power washing your cares away, it's been a wild ride. Thanks for watching, everyone. Your support means the world. Drop your favorite game from the list in the comments, or tell me what game you think should be in the next roundup. If you enjoy this video, you will love these too.